ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here. So today, throughout this talk, we are going to understand about our mind. We are going to learn about our mind. We are going to understand what's going on with our mind, and is there a problem? Do we know about it? Do we have an idea about it? And if there's a problem, how can we fix that? Because, ladies and gentlemen, think about your life. Since you were born, you have been using your mind to experience the outside world, isn't it? You are using your perception to realize, to feel, to grasp, to experience what's going on in the outside. People talk about planets, people talk about mountains, oceans, and all these things in the nature using their mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this room you have to have that active listening. What does that mean? Like, active listening means you need to respond to my questions, not by using voice, but by using your facial expressions, whether you got it or not. Truth be told, I can't see your mind. I can see your faces. I can't see your brain. I can't see your mind, but I can see your facial expressions. Based on that, I can get an idea whether you got it or not. So you can imitate like this. Then I feel, okay, you got it, then I'll go ahead, but you haven't taken anything. So that's why I need you to see eye to eye with me, to have this eye contact, especially because otherwise we won't be able to communicate with each other. Because what I am going to do is I am going to dig into your mind and show you that there is something wrong in the mind. That's why we have named this session as illusionist. I'll show you who is the illusionist. Got it? So we are going to understand this. So, ladies and gentlemen, now back to the story. Since we were born, we have been using our minds to perceive the outside world, to experience, to judge, to create stories. People have created stories, and all these movies, they explain about the outside world, and documentaries, they explain about what's going on the other side, what's going on in Tibet and what's going on in Japan. So people travel around the world, people see the world, people go to the planets, and they try to build colonies over there. So doing so many things. But I'm just asking a question. Have you ever studied about your mind before you jump into that experiencing outside? Have you ever studied about your mind, whether how your perception works? How does your perception work? No. For example, when you buy an instrument or equipment, kitchen utensil or something, you read the manual before you use it, right? At least you watch YouTube video how to use it, don't you? Yes, to get an idea whether you will break it or not. So before that, every time you use it, you watch a video that explains how to operate it, because my background is science. In the labs we have safety operational procedures, SDS. So we read material safety data sheet before we use any chemicals. So, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever studied about the mind before you use it? No. Do you think that do you think that what you experience is the reality, or if there's an artifact in the mind, would you be able to experience the reality, or would you experience reality based on that artifact, affected with that artifact? Think. I want you to think now, because every time you took decisions in your day-to-day life, from morning to night, you take decisions based on the way you feel, the way you experience, aren't you? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the story. All the decisions that we have been taken so far are wrong. Because nobody knows there's something wrong in the mind. Nobody has an idea. There's an artifact in the mind that generates negative emotions, stress, anxiety, depression, addictions. All these negative emotions, all this mental pressure that develops in the mind because of that artifact. In the mind, there's a process that generates pressure. In your mind, there's a process that generates mental pressure. Right. So everybody has a mind. Do you have a mind? Do you know that you have a mind? Okay. Humans are so special because humans' mind has an ability to reflect about itself. Human's mind has a plugin to experience about itself. Human's mind has a way to feel, to sense, to take a decision about itself, what's going on within the mind. But the thing is, you haven't used that plugin. You haven't used that part of the mind to see yourself, because all the time you have been looking at where? Your camera is always looking at where? Outside. When you feel stress, when you feel huge workload, and when your boss has given you huge workload, right? Who do you complain? Because you feel stress. You feel stress because of whom? Because of your work, because of your boss. When somebody scolds you, you get agitated, isn't it? If when that happens, you point your finger to whom? For yourself or that person? You point your finger to whom? Outside or inside? Outside. That's good, you know. So every time our finger always points to where? Outside. Because we think that we are looking at the outside, isn't it? You have an idea that you are looking at the outside, you are seeing the outside world, you are seeing the outside reality, and you are experiencing the outside as it is. This is what you have been experiencing, you have been sensing. This is the way that you feel, this is the way that you experience. Can you see me? Can you see this bald-headed? Someone? Okay? Right? Towards the end of the session, you will understand you haven't seen me. Towards the end of the session, you will understand throughout this session, you have seen yourself, not me. Ladies and gentlemen, this will turn you upside down. You might feel like tumbling down the rabbit hole. Don't worry, I'm not going to hypnotize you. I'm not going to do magics. I'm not an illusionist. You are the illusionist. It's not me. I'm going to show you that there's an illusionist within yourself. Because this is a journey, ladies and gentlemen. I came through this journey. 5 years ago, I didn't have any idea about the mind. I was blind. I didn't have any idea about what's going on around me. I was so addicted to so many things. When I was doing PhD, I was so addicted to caffeine. You can say coffee. I lived in Australia. It's a coffee land, you know. Cappuccino. I think I used to drink 5 or 6 per day. That's too much, isn't it? Yes. I had a lot of stress. I felt stress. I had depression. Now I don't. I live normal life. It's not because I'm a monk. It's not because that I became a monk. It's because that I met a teacher who showed me the way to come out from the illusion, the way to feel, the way to see the reality beyond the mind, the way to experience what's going on with the mind rather than looking at the outside, the way to free ourselves. This is what Jesus has said, ladies and gentlemen, the truth will set you free. How many truths in the world do you think? 2 truths? 3 truths? 4 truths? Or there's only one truth? There's only one truth, ladies and gentlemen. Only one truth. That truth you have to find out. All the religions are talking about the same thing. When you read between the lines, you will find it, but when you read from the surface, you won't find it. Because when you read in the surface, the surface meaning doesn't bear the true meaning that saint or the person who delivered that. He had a different idea. When you read words, you won't find what he felt. When you read a book, do you think that you are taking the same experience as author, the way that author felt? Can you get the same experience as I experience, or your experience is always shaped by your beliefs, your point of views, your history, your memories, the way you lived your life? So many factors are there, isn't it? You can't experience what is real because you always feel your perception is always altered, or your perception is always depend on what? Your experiences, your point of views, the way you see. That's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to delve deeper, if you want to dive deeper into your mind and to find out what's going on there, you need to have a teacher. Right now, you have a teacher because I have realized that, I have seen this, I'm enjoying this. Now I don't get angry with anyone. I don't feel stress. I have come out from all these mental health problems. Now no one can make me angry. No one can make me agitated. Nothing in the outside can change the happiness that I feel. If I ask you a question, your happiness always conditioned by the others, isn't it? By the outside. Your happiness is always conditioned, depends on the other, depends on the outside, right? Don't you think so? Because you need things to be happy. You need people to be happy. I can be myself and live happily. That's the difference between you and me. I don't want to associate someone to be happy, because I am associating myself to the fullest. So I am taking you through a journey, ladies and gentlemen. Throughout these 1.5 hours, 2 hours, let's try to delve deeper into your mind and understand what's going on with you. Because as Jesus said, if truth will set you free, so that free means you've been freed from what? Suffering, mental pressure, agitation, negative emotions. You will live. You will be able to live a neutral life. You will be able to experience the happiness that comes within. The peace comes within. Got it? Let's try to delve deeper. That's why I told you, you'll feel like tumbling down the rabbit hole in the Alice in Wonderland, remember? Because I'm going to turn you upside down. It depends on the merits you have. It depends on how good you are. You will understand, you will realize. It totally depends on the merits you have, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't show you the truth. You have to see it. I can guide you. Teachers can guide you. Teachers can't show you, because you have to see from yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, we were born to a prison. We were born to a bondage. We were born to a prison that you can't smell, taste or touch. But we don't have any idea. We don't know that we have born to a prison. It's a prison for your mind. That's why since you were born, you have been working, learning, working, accumulating so many things. If I ask you, are you satisfied? You will say, no Swamin Wahanse, no Bhante, I still have something to do to be satisfied. Am I right or wrong? Are you satisfied with your life, or you are still in the process of being satisfied? How many kilos of chocolate do you need to be satisfied? A ton? 1,000 kilos? How many kilos of pizza you need to be satisfied? I'm not talking about your hunger. I'm talking to you about your craving, your mental pressure. How many times you have to go to a restaurant? When you come out, you feel that you are satisfied. But after 1 week, shall we go again? Why this everything never ends, always to be continuous? Have you seen people in the deathbed, in their dying bed? Do you think they are happy, or they are sad about that they are going to leave? People celebrate happy birthday. They call it happy birthday, but I don't feel how they celebrate happy birthday happily like that, because they haven't found the solution for their problem. I'm not talking about negativity here. I'm talking the truth. I'm showing a different angle, point of view that you have to see the world. Don't worry, don't feel that I'm offending you, okay, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have any agenda or attitude to offend you and insult you and go, and after that, okay, I'm done. I don't have any idea to pressurize you, right? Agenda to that. So I'm going to help you, because Jesus has said, blessed are those who mourn, they shall be comforted. If you go through the Bible, you will find, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are those who suffer. But according to the real world, do you think blessed are those who suffer, or blessed are those who feel very comfortable? Blessed are those who have huge amount of dollars. Blessed are those who have huge amount of houses, couple of houses. Blessed are those who mourn, or blessed are those who have so many things in the world. It's opposite, because reality is opposite to the actual. Because perceived reality and reality is two different things, ladies and gentlemen. When you understand the reality, then that's the end of the suffering. That's what Buddha has found. That's what Jesus has found. That's what Muhammad Nabi has found. That's what Krishna has given to the Arjun in the Bhagavad Gita in Hinduism. There's only one truth in this world. You're going to understand it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to explain to you a theory that can be explained everything. That theory can explain everything. It's not Stephen Hawking's theory of everything. This is the theory of everything. You will learn it. You will understand. But I don't know whether you will apply it. Because applying the theory is tricky. Remember when you are in the mathematics, when you learn mathematics from your teacher, right? When he or she explain the equation, like a solution, you feel like, wow, right? It's really good. You saw it, you realize it, you thought, okay, I can do that. Remember? And when you try to do that by yourself, then what happens? Now you come to a problem. Now you have to seek guidance from now's teacher, because you understood, but at the same time you didn't understand. That's why in the mathematics books you have exercises, right? After we solve one problem, then you have to exercise it. So what you are going to learn here, ladies and gentlemen, it's not something that you learn, wow, it's amazing, good talk, and when you go out, you do the same thing what you have done before, then you are not going to take something out of this. That's why in the thing that you are going to learn here, you have to implement into your life. Then you can come out from this jail. Ladies and gentlemen, this world is a perfect trap. This society, all the people are trapped, but they don't know that they are trapped because it's a perfect trap. What's the characteristic of a perfect trap? When somebody is in the trap, they have no idea that they are in the trap. So they don't want to come out from the trap. That's a perfect trap. When I was young, my mom always kept telling me, what? Learn, get a good education, become a rich man. You will be happily ever. You can live happily ever after. Happily live ever after. Remember the fairy tales? All the times they ends in where? The couple lived happily ever after. Are you living happily ever after, or you are still suffering? I'm just asking about your life. Can you rest in peace, or you are looking to rest in peace after you die? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't rest in peace at this moment, how can you be sure that you will rest in peace after you die? I'm just asking, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't rest in peace right now, if your mind is suffering, if your mind feels agitation, ladies and gentlemen, don't think you are living a normal life. This life that you are living is not normal. Because if I ask you to stay here for 5 minutes, let's say 10 minutes, without doing anything, sitting like this, without taking your phone, would you be able to do that, or you will start to feel bored, annoyed, and some vexation here? Do you think all these people, they are doing jobs because they truly need to earn money, or they always have to occupy themselves? What do you think? People do so many things because they need to be occupied, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, that's why you have retirement age of what? 65, 55, 67? They will extend it. Because once you retire, then you feel that I have nothing to do. Then you lose that, the momentum, and the mind start to feel stress, depression. That's why government has set up what? Oh, you can work up to 67. Then future they will extend it to 75. Don't worry. They will take maximum out of you. Not they. I mean, who are they? You all are they. Because we all are wasting our life, ladies and gentlemen. We all are wasting our life because we don't have a purpose of our life. We don't know the purpose as a human being. We came to this world without knowing the purpose. We asked from our parents what to do as a human being, and they didn't have any idea. They told us, okay, go to and learn in the school and go to the university and do a PhD and then postdoc and then become academic and then become a well-known scientist. This was my dream, and I was going through that path. Luckily, I met a teacher who turned me upside down, and then because of that, I quit that path and I entered to this path. That was my story. How about your story? When are you going to finish this project? The projects that you have been involved in, how many projects that you completed so far? Are they completed or to be continued? How many movies that you have watched? How many? How many musical shows that you have to go to be satisfied? You know that Tomorrowland, the name is good always. Why? Tomorrowland. Happiness always happens where? Tomorrow. It's Tomorrowland. It's not today land, it's Tomorrowland. That means you need to go to the Tomorrowland in next year. Because you can't enjoy the present moment. You can't live in the present moment. Because you don't know what is the present moment. Ladies and gentlemen, all our minds have a process that generates pressure. Our minds have a process that generates pressure. When you realize about that process stops. It's very critical. I don't know whether you will get it. I'll explain. All the minds, do you have minds? Of course, do you have a mind? Right? That mind is a process. What is the mind's job? Perception, perceiving, experiencing, realizing, taking decisions. That's what you do. You are your mind. I'm not asking that you and mind are two different things. No, I'm saying both are same. Perceiving, realizing, experiencing, explaining, learning, all these things are what mind does, isn't it? Your body is a puppet to the mind. Body has no idea. The brain can't take any decision, ladies and gentlemen. Brain is a puppet of the mind. Mind is doing everything. Mind is... Have you seen Johnny English movie? Johnny English? Johnny English? I'm in America. It's a movie, Johnny English. In the movie it says, in one occasion, there's a scene, mind must be master of the body. Mind must be master of the body. Yes, mind is the master. When mind suffers, body suffers. But the thing is, scientists can't understand the mind because of that. They think brain is doing all these tricks. They see happy hormone is happy molecule is dopamine. Ladies and gentlemen, happy molecule is not dopamine. When mind feels happiness, dopamine releases. It's not because of dopamine you feel happy. It happens the opposite way. When mind feels satisfaction, dopamine releases. When mind feels stress, serotonin releases. But the thing is, when scientists can't see whether stress or whether scientists can't experience the mind, right? But they can see the dopamine and serotonin. So they take the decision, what? When you have dopamine, you feel happy. When you have serotonin, you feel sad. Of course. When you have happiness, you feel what? Relaxed body, right? The bodily sensation also, when you feel epiphanies and when you feel enthusiastic and energetic, and when you feel the happiness, pleasure, at those moments your body is also very relaxed. That relaxation happens because of the dopamine. It acts opposite way. It's not because of dopamine you are happy. Because of you are happy, dopamine releases. The opposite way. When you associate us in future, if you can be part of us in future, then you will understand all these things in deeper and deeper. Because I can't explain everything in one day. These are only 2-hour sessions. I'm just giving an invitation for this. There's a journey that you have to travel. There's a journey that you have to traverse with us. There's an ocean that we have to cross. I'm inviting you, ladies and gentlemen. This is something we can do to release you, to relieve you, to free you. Because you are vulnerable to shed tears, isn't it? Because you feel suffering, you feel sad. Time to time you feel sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. Your life is a roller coaster ride. Your happiness is not always constant. But my happiness is constant. Thanks to my teacher. Because he showed me the process that generates the pressure. That's within me. That's within you. Today I am going to show you not the process, but why you can't see the process. Because all your beliefs, the way you think, the way you see the world is wrong. See, at the beginning I told you, right? Are you looking at me? Yes. At the end you will realize that you can't see me. You haven't seen me. Can you see the bookshelf here? You haven't seen the bookshelf. You can't see actually what exists around here. Are you ready to learn this? Do you really want it? Can you be like a child? Can you be open-minded? I will explain. If you're ready to feel, if you're ready to unveil, if you're ready to listen and open-minded, in an open-minded, then you will realize. Otherwise you won't. Because what I'm going to explain to you is a concept, a theory that you haven't heard. This is something that you are listening for the first time. So you have to practice it and practice it to realize. But at this time, the first time you will learn it and you will understand it. That understanding is not realization. Realization happens once you practice it. Remember that mathematics? Once I show the way to solve, you understand. But when you try to apply it, then the problem comes. Then you need the association of a teacher. Then you need the support and guidance of a teacher. We can help you, ladies and gentlemen. All this society, they need us. They have no idea what they do. They have no idea what they are going to do with their life. Everybody is suffering. Everybody experiences the suffering to the fullest maximum. No one knows how to come out from pressure. There are so many meditation techniques to calm down your mind. People do meditation, isn't it? 10-day retreats, 15-day retreats, 2-month retreats. Okay, good. After you come out from the retreat, you are entering into the same jungle again. People have addictions to different things, so they go to rehabilitate, right, themselves. In the rehabilitation center, after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks and 6 months, they feel okay, they are comfortable with rehabilitation. Now they come out. After 1 month, they relapse. So what is the solution for this? Don't you want to find a solution for this? Do you think, and do you understand that you don't have a solution for your pressure? When you feel upset, you have no idea why that mental pressure, the negative emotion arised in your mind. You have no idea how that pressure builds in the mind. You take action, you execute an action to get rid of the pressure. I'm not asking when you feel hungry, when you feel I want to have a piece of cake, what do? Just go and have it, sir. Right? You know what? When you feel I want to have a piece of cake, the mind starts to pressurize. You are having a cake not because of that you are hungry, you are having a cake to satisfy your mind. The cake is made out of electrons, protons, neutrons that goes to your tummy and it gives energy. Mind gets zero. Mind gets nothing. Mind feels okay, I had a cake. Good. At that moment. After that, do you think mind has a cake now? Your tummy has a cake now. Mind doesn't have anything. That's why you can see all the musical shows, people are dancing and playing music and shouting and singing and all this. After 1 song or 2 songs, 3 songs, what they do, what they say? Audience. 1 more, right? They say 1 more, right? So, okay, we'll give 1 more. Okay, then again, what do you say? 1 more. Ladies and gentlemen, if a good music team, right? Let's say they are a good music team. If they are a good music team, they will say, okay, this is the end of story. We can't satisfy you. Go away. But everybody is deluded. Because of that, they think, okay, see, we have so many respect and everybody needs us. But no one can satisfy others. After the song, they say 1 more. Okay, they need again. All the movies you have watched, after 1 movie, they are looking for the second. Remember? Avatar 2, does it came? Avatar 3 now? I don't know. Don't worry, Hollywood never ends. They can't stop Hollywood. It's in here, right? In US, right? That's why, ladies and gentlemen, if blinds leads blinds. No one knows the reality. No one knows how mind feels. No one knows how mind experience the outside world. Luckily, I got something from my teacher. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is very profound wisdom. This is very profound knowledge that was transferred through teachers to students throughout this 2500 years. I can't imagine, ladies and gentlemen, how dedication that all the monks who lived before me, who has done their job, because you can't take it from a book. When you read Buddhist textbook, you won't be able to find the Buddha's wisdom. Go and read the book, you won't understand anything, ladies and gentlemen. You will understand something, that's not what Buddha has meant. You can't read the Bible and understand what Jesus have meant. Jesus had a lot of things to say, but after 3 years he had to leave. So he didn't have enough time to explain what he realized. That's the sad story. Go and read the book and find out. You won't be able to find out the reality. Because books can't explain. Books doesn't have a mind. This should be transferred through mind to mind, not from book to mind. Mind to book, book to mind kills the wisdom. Then you will get the knowledge. Then you can do a PhD for the Buddhism, but you won't realize anything. Knowledge blinds the wisdom. Too much knowledge is not good for wisdom. Wisdom, if you don't know anything, then you are well suitable to understand the wisdom, to realize the wisdom. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's everywhere. We can see it. We can see it here, but you don't feel it. You can't get it. It's hidden. Are you ready to understand this? So the name of this theory is theory of everything. Why? This can explain everything in the world. Physics, chemistry, maths, arts, economics, planets, astrology, astronomy, everything. Because everything developed in the mind. Do you think dogs knows astronomy? Do you think cows has an idea that they are American? They are American cows. What is the difference between American milk and British milk? What is the difference between Australian milk and New Zealand milk and British milk and American milk? Do you think that cows knows that they are in America, they eat American grass and they eat British grass and they eat British milk? No. All this happened because of the wrong process in the mind, that defilement process. Countries fight each other, people fight each other, people argue each other, people quarrel each other. Countries develop all these nuclear weapons and everything. If they are ready to fight, not because of that they are American and they are British, but they feel the separation. In the mind, you feel the separation. You feel that you are isolated entity, you are isolated entity, you are isolated entity, and I am isolated entity. And that's an illusion, ladies and gentlemen. You feel, I'm talking to one person, you feel you're me, you're you, yourself, and myself, my me and your me feeling, both are same. Your consciousness, your perception feels that you are this, you are. When I say you are, so you have a feeling, right? You are. You, yes, me, Yes, Bante, me. That me feeling and my me feeling, same. Everybody's me feelings are same, but everybody feels that my me feeling is not the other's me feelings. Irony of that me feeling is that me feeling separate from the others. Your feeling of self separate yourself from the others and think you feel that everybody else and you are you. You are you and everybody, they are they. He, she is she, it is it, they are they, you are you. It's all illusions because you have no idea what's going on in the mind. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, when you realize this, you can't see difference between religions. And now I don't see a difference between religion and science. I know who is the God that Jesus have meant. Almighty God. Have you seen energy? Energy? Have you seen energy? Energy? No? I am not asking electricity. I am asking energy. Have you seen energy? You feel it. Have you seen it? Okay, good. Can anyone create energy? No, in science we learn energy can't be created, energy can't be destroyed, energy can be transferred to one form to the other form. Remember, in the science class we learned energy can't be created, energy can't be destroyed. Got it? Have you seen the God? Almighty God? Can you fathom it? Can you create the God? Because God is what who created everything, isn't it? Can you create the God then? Can you destroy the God then? Don't you have any similarity between energy and God? Energy can't be created, energy can't be destroyed, energy can't be seen. God can't be seen, God can't be created, God can't be destroyed. You can see in the Bible the same thing. The Bhagavad Gita explains Krishna. Krishna is everywhere. This chair is Krishna, this body is Krishna, this book is Krishna. Okay, Einstein found matter is energy. Matter is not matter. Matter is an aggregation form of energy. Electron is not an electron. Electron is an aggregation of energy. Remember E equals mc squared, the equation that he developed? That's why once you realize, ladies and gentlemen, you can't see a difference between all these things. Everybody explains the same reality. If you can see eye to eye with me, you will see the world in different way. I haven't explained it yet, but I will explain. Wait. Try to understand. Try to realize. That's why I want you to be open-minded. That's why I ask you to be open-minded. Because if you have taken one side, then you can't realize the reality. In Taoism it says, when people see things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see things as good, other things become bad. When you take one side, you lose the other side of the world. When you take one half of the world, the other half, because when you divide the world into two pieces and take one side, you lose the other side. When you separate one person as your family, then you lose rest of the family in the world, because everybody is a one family, one world, one family. But when you take someone as your daughter, someone as your husband, someone as your member, and it's separated to you, then you can't love others, then you can't love your neighbor. You can love your relatives. Love thy neighbor can't be achieved when you separate the world as things yours, other things not yours. I love you equally. I don't have a separation. I don't have any preferences, because I can see minds everywhere, not people. Okay, shall we? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. Where's my magic lights? Yeah. Can you check? Yeah, I got it. Eso මට ලියන්න බෑ. Can you see red color? So what is the color of this light? Red, huh? Red color?
Red.
What is the color of this light?
Purple.
Blue?
Blue.
Blue? What is the color of light now?
Pink.
Pink? Can you see pink color?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Where's the pink color? There, right? On the surface of the whiteboard, right? Do you understand that? Right? But this light emits red color, this light emits blue color. But when they mix, what happens? Change. So, but the thing is, did it change the light that emits from the torch? Still torch emits what? Blue color and red color. Got it? But when you mix it, what happens? It creates completely different effect. It's not blue color, it's not red color. Do you understand my point? Purple is not blue, isn't it? Or pink, or we can say pink is not blue, isn't it? Pink is not red, isn't it? No, it's completely different to blue and red. Do you understand that? Right at this moment, do you think this light emits pink? The torches emits pink or red and blue? In the patch, do you think it's pink or red and blue light?
Pink.
The light rays,
What you see
is pink. I am not talking about what you see, but exactly exists on the surface of the whiteboard. Is it pink or red and blue light? The light didn't change. This torch, I didn't change any light that emit from the torch. I didn't change the light rays that emit from the torch. This torch emits blue rays, this torch emits red rays. when you mix it on the surface, you start to feel, you start to experience what? Pink. But on the surface still blue light and red light, see, the blue light rays and red light rays are there. Do you understand? So ladies and gentlemen, that means when you mix cause 1 and cause 2 mix together, when mixing happens, this is very critical point, mixing. When it mixed, when it coming together, when it react together, when comes together, when bring together, when react together, now what happens? It creates a completely different effect. Do you understand that? Effect. Got it? But actual mixture, do you think that effect exists, or it's this mixture of those two? The mixture doesn't have any effect. Mixture is mixture still. Mixture cannot be, mixture didn't become the effect. But mixture generates an emergent property of this effect. For example, we learn sodium. Remember? What is sodium? Explosive metal in chemistry. And chlorine. It's a bleach. Is it a explosive bleach? Huh? No, this is sodium chloride, salt. But still you have all the components that exist here and here in here. When you make a burger, if you don't understand this, when you make a burger, you mix everything in the shelves, right? You know, the McDonald's, they have shelves with different patties and all these things. You mix everything together, arrange in a particular order, then you call it what? Burger. Now you create a burger effect. But in the burger, do you think it's something completely new entity is there, or the mixture of all the things are there? Because that you can take apart the burger and destroy the burger. Do you understand that? So you haven't created anything new there. It's the mixture of what exists before. Does this make sense? You haven't created something new, but you have created an effect like new. There's an effect. That effect looks like that you have something created. No, yes, but nothing has created in the mixture. Mixture is still mixture. When you make tea, you use tea bag and whatever the sugar and water and milk. In the tea, you don't have a tea, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the components from the tea leaves, and components from the milk, and components from the sugar and water exist there. It's a mixture. When you make cuisines, different dishes, do you think that you have created something? You feel you have created something new, isn't it? That's why you give a name. All the naming process that you have given so far, you have given to the effect. Because what exists is still all the things, the mixture. Do you understand this? Causes has to mix together, causes has to contribute together to generate an effect. It's an effect. Effect cannot be found from causes. This effect cannot be found from cause 1 and cause 2. That's why I told you, purple is not red color. purple is not blue color. You can't find purple from red color, you can't find purple from blue color. But blue color and red color has to mix together to generate an effect of purple color. Does this make sense? You haven't created a burger, ladies and gentlemen. Burger is the effect you experience. But the thing is, effect is the experience, but what exists is the mixture. This looks like something new, but is there a new thing or same thing? Same thing. When causes come together, causes cannot create something new. Causes are still causes here. It's like this. Have you seen cloud? Cloud is an aggregation of water vapor, isn't it? Good. When you go closer and closer, would you be able to find cloud or water vapor? So where's the cloud then? I'm asking from you. Think. Where's the cloud you saw? Is there a cloud? No. It's an aggregation of water vapor. Still water vapor is water vapor. Water vapor hasn't become a cloud. You are the one who give name that to the cloud. Okay, cloud is a cloud, but when you go closer, it's an aggregation of water vapor. Do you understand this? Think. This is the theory of everything. Have you seen rainbows? Have you seen the rainbow that other people see? So let's say you and your mom, you both saw a rainbow. So you both see the same rainbow, right? That's what you think. No, rainbow happens in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. If you go closer to that place, would you be able to see the different colors? The rain and the cloud, yes, rain and the sunlight, those two things has to come together. So causes are mixing. That's good. Is there a rainbow there? There's no rainbow there. Rainbow is an effect that you experience. When you go closer to the rainbow, you won't be able to find blue color, yellow color, red color thing. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, when you come closer to the pen, you won't be able to find a pen. When you zoom in and zoom in and zoom into the pen, would you be able to find pen or just arrangement of atoms? What do you think?
Arrangement of atoms.
When you come closer and closer and closer to the atom, would you be able to find atoms or would you be able to find arrangement of electrons, protons, neutrons?
From my eye.
You can't from my eye, not from my eye, but let's say using an atom electron microscope.
Theoretically, maybe atom, but when I see it,
Yeah,
it's
but
pen.
when you see from the distance, you see a pen. But in reality, there's no pen here. I didn't say there's nothing here. There's an aggregation of energy. This aggregation of energy creates effect in your mind. But effect can't be experienced from the energy. We'll see. I told you, tumbling down the rabbit hole. Try to understand this. Causes have to contribute. Do you think we don't have a flame? Let's say if there's a flame, candlelight. In the combustion, right, you need oxygen, wax molecules and heat. These are the components that mix. Do you think there's a flame in that reaction? No, ladies and gentlemen. Flame that you see is the effect that you experience in the mind, not in there. In the reaction center, you won't be able to find a flame. In the reaction center, it's a reaction, arrangement of energies. It's rearrangement of energy. Reaction means rearrangement of energy aggregations. But in the mind, you feel the effect of flame. Then where's the purple? Is it on the board, or that is the effect you saw? Remember the purple you saw? That's the effect. That's your experience, ladies and gentlemen. Now apply this theory. If there's an effect, you won't be able to find from the causes. Let's make it simple. What is this? What is this? What is this? I drew a line. I drew 3 lines and you are saying 1. Where's 1 now? Where is the 1? Where's the 1?
It's a shape like one.
Okay, who is telling that this is 1?
That's what we are told.
Who is telling this is 1?
The society.
Not society, your mind.
But somebody have to teach us.
Yes, your memory. Yeah, that means memory is okay associating in your mind. So your mind perceives, right? Memories are there with you, not in here. This board doesn't know that there's a 1 here. This line is not, there's no agenda to become 1. This line doesn't have any agenda to become 1. This line doesn't have any agenda to become 1. And this doesn't have any agenda to become 12, and you are saying 12. Where's the 12? It's in your mind. What happened here? Is there a 12 here, or this is lines and just pains? And there's no meaning here. Meaning is what you have given. You have given. You are the one who gives meaning. Do you understand? What you feel can't be found in the outside. What you experience can't be experienced from the outside. What you experience is an effect, ladies and gentlemen, like the rainbow. Then can you see me? Can you see what really exists here? Or you see what you see? What creates in your mind? This is the outside world. This is your I. And this is the effect you experience. You can't see, right? Those who are seated in back. This is the outside world. This is the I. And this is the mind. Cause 1 and cause 2 come together generates the effect. Do you understand this? Ladies and gentlemen, in the mind you experience colors. Color, sight, sound, taste, smell, touch, and thoughts. Color, sight, sound, taste. Color, sight, sound, taste, touch, and thoughts. Am I right? All these things are generated in the mind, not in the outside world. Whatever that thing that exists here, not red color, this is what you experience. You can't experience what exists in the outside. You haven't seen what exists in the outside. Whatever that energy aggregation here generates the effect in the mind. What you realize now, what you feel right now, what you see right now is an effect. Remember, rainbow happens where? In the mind. Then color should happen where? In the mind. Electrons are not red color. Do you think this electrons is red color here? Protons are red color? No. This energy aggregations doesn't have a color. When you eat banana, do you think banana is banana flavored? Banana's electron doesn't know that they are in a banana. Do you think banana's electron angry with orange electrons? Do you think the electrons in the orange knows that they are in the orange electron? They are in an orange. Think. Yes?
I have a question. Then what do we do if society has taught us that the banana tastes like a banana, and the moment that we say it's just a bunch of protons, then it will be difficult to explain?
Yeah. When in Rome, do as Romans do, but don't become a Romian. When you realize you still live here, but you know the drill. When you know the logic of the magic, you can still experience the magic, but there's no wow factor now. Magic is not a magic anymore. See, it won't be hard to live, because you can explain in every way that you explain, but you know what you feel is an effect that's your individual experience. You can't share your experience with others. The red color pen that you saw, you can't share with others. Can you see this pen? This pen here? No. You can't see this pen here. You can see the pen that creates within you. You know, perception happens here or there. Here or there. After your eye, isn't it? So what you explain, what you experience is not the outside world, ladies and gentlemen. What you experience is something generated in your mind, not in the outside world. Your mind is an effect. Causes have to come together to generate that effect. Effect cannot be found from causes. Remember, 1 and 2 is not 12. 12 is an effect. 12 can't be found from 1 and 12 can't be found from 2. If that is the case, how about this effect? Can you find the flower from the outside, what you experience, or what you experience is what you experience? And that's an effect that generates in the moment you align with the arrangement there. So, for example, can you see the picture there, drawings? Right? When you look at here, do you think the drawing is that color? No. Color appears in your mind when in the presence of light and that arrangement of electron, proton, neutron. Right now you see it because now your eyes are aligned with that. When you see here, that picture is not that color. There is no picture there. Einstein has once said, when you see the moon, moon is there. When you don't see the moon, moon is not there. He sensed this, but he didn't. He couldn't explain it properly. Banana has no banana flavor. Mango has no mango flavor. Mango flavor is the effect that generates in the mind. Only that moment when the banana and your tongue come together. That is where experience generates, and that's it, and gone. But you feel mango has the flavor that comes to your tongue and goes to your brain and comes to your mind, isn't it? That's the way you experience. Now think about whatever the neuron signals that come from the tongue. Do you think they have banana flavor? They have banana signal. That's just a vibration. The neuron signal that comes from ear because of the sound vibrations, do you think the neuron signals contain sound signal? That's just an electricity. Your brain doesn't know whether you taste a banana or whether you taste whether you hear music. The brain is taking all the signals and putting to the mind. Mind is doing all these crazy things. In the mind you feel red color, purple color, blue color, all these colors that you can see. This is the creation in the mind. I can prove to you. Again, if you understand this, this is the proof. This is also proof. If you see the outside world, right? If something happened to here, you would be able to see it, isn't it? If you see the outside world, if something happened to here, you would be able to perceive it, see it. Excellent, right? If nothing happens here, then what you see shouldn't happen anything, isn't it? If this is still, then you should see the still image, isn't it? If you are seeing the outside world. If you close your eye and wiggle this eyeball like this, you will see the entire world is shaking. Try. If you close one eye and wiggle this eyeball like this, you will see everything is shaking. If you are watching at the outside world, nothing happens to the outside world. Whatever the mental picture that happens in the mind get agitated. Then are you seeing the outside world, or you are seeing your experience what mind feels? You know, this is the reality. When you understand this, you can't attach to anything. Because what you see as a thing doesn't exist in that form in the outside world. You can crave for KFC or McDonald's or anything. Because you know what you experience is a transient experience in the moment that causes are coming together. you will stop running after them. When you stop running after them, that's where the inner peace begins. Because now you don't vex, now you don't suffer for things, because you know you haven't seen the outside world. It's very simple but very deep. Without the light, you won't be able to perceive that. So that means light and the electrons, protons are there, are contributing to generate this effect of colors. So, are you seeing what exists there, or an effect because of what exists there? I didn't say there's nothing here, because I will throw this to you. Right? If that got hit, then you realize, okay, something should be there. I'm not telling nothing is there. I'm telling what you see is not what you exist here, what exists here. Anything? Question?
So the creating is like an illusion.
Yes. Who is the illusionist then?
The creating will be what talk to
Who is the illusionist then?
the mind.
Right. Illusionist doesn't know he is an illusionist. There's an illusionist. He doesn't know he is an illusionist. This is what exactly happened to the mind. The magician, there's a magician. That magician doesn't know he's a magician. He falls for his own tricks. Do you think magicians enjoy the magic? No, because they know what they do. There's a logic behind the magic, ladies and gentlemen. It's an illusion, it's something that there's a logic. He knows the magic, he knows the drill. Imagine he doesn't know it's a magic. This is what exactly happened to you. That's why I say, when you know the logic of the magic is not a magic anymore. This is the trap. You have to see from yourself. I am just the guidance. It's your merits, it's your good deeds, that what you have done before will drive you to find the true meaning of your life. The truth. I just explained very simply. This goes deeper and deeper, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't even touched anything here. This is very simple.
So, I don't get the relationship with seeing the illusions and the meaning of life.
Once you realize your life is an effect, what you have tasted, smelled, touched, it's not something that exists. It's an experiencing, an effect. Right?
Yeah.
Then you won't run after anything. You won't run after things. Then you will start to experience the inner peace. Your mind can't be agitated, your mind can't be vexed, because you can't see me. Then how do you see, how can you get upset about someone scold you? Because right now what you see is not me, is your own creation. My sound is not my sound. It's a sound that creates within you that you experience, not me. Ladies and gentlemen, color and sound generate in the mind. Outside worlds are full of vibrations. Who tell this? Scientists tell it. Scientists explain this. But even scientists can't think in that way. People spend billions of dollars to find out what exists in the outside. The question of what exists is the wrong question. There's no entity exist. It's events, excitations, events. There's no object, there's no subject, and there's no doer. That's why Jesus have said, ask, you shall be given. Seek, you shall be find. It's in passive form, it's not in active form. You have to read the Bible again if you believe in Bible. With this understanding, you will find the truth. That this is the truth that sets you free. Now tell me, what is the color of the whiteboard? Whiteboard is not white color. These electrons are not white color. There's no color. What's the color of this chair now? No color. What's the color of your car? No color. You paid extra for the color, right? The color is what you have created in the mind. You usually do this makeups, right? You know, makeups, beauty, you know, the foundations and all these things. And you think that what you see in the mirror is what other people see, right? No. You think that you are beautiful. And for others, it's ugly. But they say, okay, you are beautiful, to make you feel comfortable. No one can see others. I can't see you, you can't see me. When you realize that, then you will see me. That's why Jesus has said, you can't see me, neither my Father. When you see me, you see my Father. You have to realize myself. You have to realize your me. You have to realize your mind to see the world in true form.
But why do different people, like 3 different people maybe, see the same effect?
No, they can't see the same effect, but they think that they see the same effect. Your pen is not my pen. Your experience is not my experience. But we both say this is a pen, isn't it? But the thing is, even the sound is not your experience, that's my sound. The sound generates in the mind. Color generates in the mind. When you communicate to each other, you say pen. Can you say what I said? Or I hear what I said. You hear what I said, or what generates within you. This is the matrix. I'm the Morpheus. I'm not telling that drama is true, okay? I'm not telling that video, the film, this is the reality, what I explain. When you see the pen, you are the pen. When you see me, you are me. When you see the chair, you are the chair. When you see the painting, you are the painting. You don't own anything, ladies and gentlemen. Right now you don't have a car. Right now you don't have a vehicle. Right now you don't have a house. Right now you don't have your husband and wives, because you have bald head and robe. Because you are seeing me. This is what you have right now. Are you sure that the car that you drew is outside? It's there. How do you know? Have you seen the CCTV? Huh? No. You haven't seen your car. The car, what you saw, is creation in the mind. That's the memory. Remember, memory again come to your mind and telling this story. It's not the car that exists there. It's your previous memories are coming to your mind and telling the story. The mind is a storyteller. It's like this. Have you seen matches, cricket match and football matches? And they have commentaries. So this is this is something like this. There's no match, there's no football match or cricket match, but there's a cricket commentary and football commentary. Because mind is what explains experience, but there's no entity in the outside world to experience. Outside world is generating the mind's experience. It's not mind is interpreting outside world. But you felt A and you felt this flower and this flower same. No, this is an aggregation of energy. This is, we don't know even the shape of this. Scientists have found that. They say this is an aggregation, this is made out of atom, electrons, protons, neutrons, energy. There are pigments. Pigments are not red color. Pigments are pigments. These are just chemicals. But chemical in the presence of light, in the presence of I, that generates color in the mind. Banana molecules, your tongue, your brain come together, generates the banana effect. Yes.
If you accept this as truth, could it be that it's kind of bleak or sort of delusional? Like the logical mind kind of makes you look at it as sort of delusional, because it's like, if you look at, per se, like those flowers, which is my favorite color, orange, that makes me happy. So if you say that it's not there, where does that leave you?
Actually, it's not your happiness. You know what? What you felt as happiness is not happiness. I didn't explain these things. Think about all the time you experience happiness. Just before you experience happiness, there's a pressure. Mental pressure. You can apply this with bigger things, because you can't experience the small pressures. The small pressures you can't experience because they are like, you are like accustomed. You've been accustomed to that pressure. But you can take examples. Let's say you're waiting for some Amazon parcel. You desperately wanted it. They say it delivered today, it will deliver today. Now you're waiting until it comes. Are you in a happy mood, or you are waiting? Your mind is relaxed, or your mind is agitated? Waiting. You are not in happy mood. You are looking for that.
So you're chasing.
You're chasing. The moment you get it, what happens? The pressure drops. The drop of the pressure you sense as a pleasure. Actually, that Amazon parcel didn't give anything. It's just parcel. There's no value with it. But you feel relief. Relief from the pressure you felt as pleasure. It's like when you have headache, you will need Tylenol. Tylenol. Huh? Tylenol. I know Panadol. When you have not mental pressure, you can't take Tylenol for mental pressure. When you have a headache, you take Tylenol, isn't it? When you take Tylenol, you feel what? Relief. So Tylenol gave you relief, right? Okay, now if you have a Tylenol now, would you feel relief? If Tylenol can give you relief, then now you would be able to get a relief right now as well. if you have it? No. Why?
There's no pain.
There's no pain. Relief comes up before the in order to experience a relief, there should be a pain. Your father has to hit you in order to experience mother's love. Because when mother, did your father hit you? Oh, see, now you feel mother's love. You have to suffer before everything. When you invest, you have to look at the bank account or the trading account. In that moment, you are suffering. When you get spike, dollars. Money can't make you happy, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing in the outside can make you happy. That is also a delusion. I didn't explain that. That's another layer. So here there's layers of delusions. I just give you the introduction. We need to take one by one. It's a journey. I want you to start this journey, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, you're wasting your life. Because see, I'm happy. I'm not doing this for my happiness. I'm doing this because this is my duty. This is my responsibility. Your duty and your responsibility is to look after your kids and look after your children and look after your parents and look after your wife and your husband. But I'm looking after everyone. I can love you as I love my mother, because I can't see a difference between my mother and you.
We're all connected.
We all are connected. You know what? Your body is made out of electron, proton, neutron. AI is made out of electron, proton, neutron. My body is made out of electron, proton, neutron. That means we are different states of energy aggregations. It's like 2 ice cubes in water. Ice cube is made out of what? Water. The other ice cube is made out of what? Water. Water is made out of what? Water. We all are same. This goes more deeper and deeper. If I keep talking for 4 hours, then you will listen like this. I'm telling you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. It's not delusion. You are deluded. Now this is the way to come out of it. But it feels, that's why I told you, it feels, ooh, this world that I'm, yes, since we were born, we have been chanting the wrong thing. We have been experiencing not the truth, not the reality. You were born to a prison, that's why I told you. You don't know that what you experience doesn't exist in the outside. In that way, I am not saying that nothing exists. Don't think that there's nothing exists. There's an energy aggregation. There's a process going on. Events are happening. That events generates the event in the mind. This world is full of reactions. Shall I tell you the secret? Newton's third law, what is that? Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Man reap what he sow. It's in the Bible. Same thing. What goes around must comes around. 𝗖𝗄𝗃 𝗵𝗔 𝗪𝗔. You reap what you sow. What you give is what you get. Every action has a reaction. You can see 2 hydrogens comes together and generates helium in the sun, isn't it? In the sun, there's a reaction going on. Do you understand that? Sun is not a sun. It's full of reactions. Right? Everywhere you can see in the world there are reactions. Combustion in the flame is a reaction. Your car is a reaction. These electrons, protons, neutrons are reacting here. It's not fixed here. Everywhere you can see reactions. Where's the action? It's in the mind. I didn't explain to the fullest, but I'll explain in this way. We created the world, not world created us. We have created the aggregations. It's the mind created the aggregation. It's not the outside entity. That is the process I told you in the mind. There's another hidden process that generates pressure. That is the process that generates the action to this world. As a result of that, reaction happens. In the Buddhist context, they call it karma. Karma, 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 kama, 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 karma. We have understood those things and we know how to stop it, and we've been practicing and it works for us. And I don't feel that. Nothing can change. I don't feel lust, I don't feel anger, I don't feel fear. I'm neutral. It's because of that we can stop that process. Still that process is slightly there. That's why I feel separation. I'm practicing the path to get rid of that as well. I'm telling you, this is the way to be enlightened. This is the Nibbana. This is what Jesus have said. You can Father in heaven, you can be the Father in heaven, right? No. You can meet the Father in heaven. It's not after you die. While you live. You can become the pure consciousness. You can become the nature. You are not part of nature, ladies and gentlemen. You are nature. When you realize it, you become the nature. I'm just telling words to make to rotate your mind the way that I feel. I don't know whether you feel it or not, because I can't see your mind. How come I can't see your faces as well? Okay? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's 8:30. At what time we have to finish? 8:30.